tendency to come in late.
Yeah, why don't we start and see if we...
We're recording.
Got her on? Okay, with that, I will call the meeting to order and do a roll call. I guess when we're supposed to do that formally now, why don't you?
Okay. Abby Bemis. Here. Marcus Harris.
Here.
Brendan Howe.
Here.
Jonathan Holliday.
Here.
Paul Cook. Alan Nichols.
I said yes. Okay.
Paul did text, he's not going to be able to make it. Snow day for the kids and craziness.
So is he coming or?
No, he's not going to be able to make it.
Okay, next item is approval of minutes of January 10th. It was sent to you via email. That makes life so simple. I think my iPad, wherever I want to go.
I did have one question from the minutes and something that was covered in there. It was in the EPH Sandusky LLC portion where Mr. Holliday shared that new tax revenue through Cedar Point is partially being diverted into a destination development fund that has particular focus on Cleveland Road. Will this committee be involved with that fund, or would that be something else totally different?
I'm not sure I understood that question either.
Yeah.
To the extent that economic development grants are paid for out of the Destination Development Fund, I do still expect to present those grants to this body for a recommendation. Ultimately, the determination on what items are charged to the Destination Development Fund is going to be with City Commission. But I think there's a lot of value in this committee reviewing all of our economic development applications, even when they are in the future potentially going to be paid for out of the Destination Development Fund.
Gotcha. That was the only question that I had, like, in reviewing it.
Okay, with that, can I have a motion to accept the approval of the minutes?
So moved.
Moved.
Second?
Second. Discussion, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. Program financial update.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. You'll see in your packets the financial update that has been provided. You'll notice that I'm no longer showing the approved grants from 21 and 22. We had a lot of activity in those years, and our list was getting to be pretty long. So going forward, the report is going to show the 2023 grants that are approved. And you can see on there that the one grant that was approved at the last meeting to Foxy Girl Enterprises LLC is listed and has actually since been fully dispersed. She's doing a great job with that business and has completed that project as it was presented. At your last meeting, you also recommended approval of a grant to EPH, as member Marcus Harris just asked about. City Commission approved funding that out of the Destination Development Fund. So that is not shown here on this list because those funds are not coming out of the Economic Development Fund, but we still appreciate your review and recommendation of that grant. So you'll see that we started the year with an unexpended cash balance of $366,000. We do have some encumbrances from commitments in prior years that we're carrying forward. Namely, we've got our last payment to Small City Tap House that we expect to make this year. Expect to disperse funds for the Pipe Creek Wharf grant that was approved. We've since closed out the Beckling Club and Lockwood Land Company grants that you had approved last year, and are also still holding $10,000 for the sweet potato catering grant that was approved previously. When we factor in the 2023 allocation, it gives us about $480,000 available for grants this year. You're seeing the total of grants that have been approved so far, 7,500, which leaves us a balance yet to be committed of $479,000. And since the publication of this report, I am happy to report that we've received confirmation from the finance director that an additional $192,000 is available for grants. That's because of a accounting adjustment that was made to a grant that was approved, I believe, in 2020. So our dollar amount that's available for grants as of right now is over $600,000, so we have a healthy balance. But I will let you know that fortunately we have a lot of development activity that's out there percolating in the Sandusky community. We've got a strong pipeline of projects, and I expect to be presenting some fairly large grant requests to you in future meetings. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have on the finances.
Does anybody at the table have any questions?
No, that's great news, though, to hear that
no
there's more
questions.
money.
I would accept a motion to approve the program financial update.
So moved.
Second.
Good.
She got me.
Beat ya.
Well, hey, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Okay. It looks like we have 2 applications. Is that correct?
We do.
We're going to throw another one in there? But
Nope. We've got the 2 applications that I'll be presenting today, both small business applications and both really great projects here in the city. The first comes to us from North Coast Street Customs, LLC. The company is owned by Sinclair DeMarco. Ms. DeMarco purchased the company last year, and she's already done a great job to improve and build and grow this longstanding company here in the city of Sandusky. The company is located at 1728 Sadler Street, just off of Columbus Avenue.
Sadler Street is, even though I grew up here for the last 73 years. Where's Sadler Street at?
So Sadler Street is off of Bolt, which
Okay,
runs
then-
between
okay, now I know where
Columbus.
Okay, I just needed a little,
Yeah, so they're tucked away right over there in a great location off of Columbus Avenue. The company provides classic car repair and restoration services, and increasingly they're repairing more modern vehicles through insurance claims, networks, and work. They've got a great facility there on Sadler Street. It's got multiple overhead doors, a repair station, storage area, and they just recently installed a full-service paint room in the facility. Ms. Sinclair not only purchased the business, but also the real estate, the building that the business is located in. She did have to use some financing in order to complete these purchases, and that has made it difficult for her to continue to grow the company, which is why she's applied for assistance through our program. She's already undertaken a number of improvements at the facility, and she's looking to continue to grow the business by adding 2 lifts to the facility. One is a full-size lift that will be used for car repair, and the other is a mid-size lift that will be used in the paint booth in order to more efficiently paint the vehicles. The total cost of these 2 lifts, including installation, is $10,800. She has requested $7,000 from the city's Economic Development Fund in order to keep with our longstanding practice of not providing more than half the total project costs. I'm recommending we provide a grant in the amount of $5,000 to North Coast Street Customs. Just as a reminder, our funds are released on a reimbursement basis, so we will verify that the equipment has been received and installed prior to our release of the funds. Ms. DeMarco has provided evidence that she has the balance of the funds available to complete this project. So I'm recommending that we proceed with the grant in the amount of $5,000 to help this female-owned business continue to grow here in the city of Sandusky.
you have heard the recommendation from Ms. Alday. What's your pleasure?
I'd make a motion to accept staff recommendation as presented.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay.
We need a roll call on the actual applications.
Actually, okay.
Yeah.
You know, half the time you do and half the time you don't. Would you make up your mind?
It's for the,
Please take
to
a roll
record the
call.
vote for the,
So I can put yes.
Abby Bemis.
Sorry, who was that?
Abby, sorry. Yes. Al Nichols.
2L.
Okay. Marcus Harris.
Yes.
Brendan Howe.
Yes.
Okay. Motion passes. Okay, our next one then is Epic Rentals LLC.
All right, Mr. Chairman, yes, Epic Rentals LLC is owned by Sandusky resident Derek Allison. Mr. Allison purchased the former North Anglers Inn on Venice Road last year. He's rebranded it as the Anchor Bay Inn and Suites. Since acquiring the property, Epic Rentals has undertaken numerous improvements, such as the installation of new flooring, doors, and furnishing. They're really undertaking a comprehensive effort to rebrand and represent this classic roadside motel and make sure that it continues to be a high-quality piece of the tourism industry here in the city of Sandusky. They're also working in collaboration with their neighbors at the Coronado Motel, which is also under new ownership. And together they have received pricing to install new metal roofs on the buildings. This will include the main motel building at the North Anglers or the Anchor Bay site. As part of that roofing project, Mr. Allison's responsible for 40% of the labor and materials for the new roofing project. So you'll see that reflected in the cost breakdown. Epic Rentals also seeks to demolish the 3 cottages that are located on the property. These are heavily dilapidated, and demolition of the cottages will improve the aesthetics, also create some additional outdoor amenity space, and open up the back area for possible future development, which Mr. Allison is looking at as part of a possible future phase. So all told, this round of improvements that Epic Reynolds is undertaking at the property totals $21,161. My recommendation is that we provide an economic development grant in the amount of $9,500 towards this project. Just as a reminder, Epic Reynolds will be required to pull all the permits needed for both these phases of work. We will ensure that the building department has satisfactorily closed out the permits and that the work is fully completed before the funds are dispersed. And in conclusion, it's great to see another one of our classic roadside motels undergoing a transformation. And I commend Mr. Allison for his hard work and hope that our economic development program can help him, especially with these exterior improvements that he's working on right now.
You've heard Mr. Holliday's presentation. Any questions? Abby?
Jonathan, is the difference between the project uses and their application just, this is things they've already spent when they total that $359,000?
Correct. Yeah, they've, in their application, they did identify all their costs going back to the start of the project when they took possession of the property. What I talked with Mr. Allison about was focusing, for the purposes of this presentation, on the pieces that they still have to complete at the location, specifically the roof and the cottages.
Okay, thank you.
And so that's just highlighting the significant investments that he's already made in the property and looking to bring it all the way to Bright.
Correct. Yeah, I think that the application does show that he has undertaken a lot out there already. So, all the more reason I'm excited that we can help him with this most recent piece that he's working on.
Yeah, in addition to that, I recognize the name, so they're entrepreneurs in town that have already made an impact in Sandusky, and it's nice to see them taking on our next project.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, Ms. Holliday? If not, I will accept a motion to do $9,500. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the grant in the amount suggested by staff.
Okay.
Second.
Second. Okay, would you take a roll call, please?
Brendan Heil,
Yes.
Marcus Harris,
Yes.
Al Nichols,
Yes.
Abby Bemis.
Yes.
Am I saying your name wrong?
It's
Is it
Bemis.
Bemis? Sorry.
It's okay.
I
It's
never
just,
look up,
that
so
is
they,
part
like,
of why it takes me a second. I do know my name.
Hey, she's got 3 kids, all the same age. Leave her alone. So, it passes, motion. Anything else that you want to bring before the committee?
Not at this time. Thanks again for your continued participation, and please try to make it to the future meetings. We've got some really great projects in the pipeline, and I'm looking forward to presenting some larger projects, larger requests, and additional small businesses as well to your attention. And I'll just recognize briefly here the help that we received from ECADEC recently to present our economic development grant program to a group of small businesses. It was a great venue, a great setting, and a great opportunity to make sure that small businesses here in Sandusky also know about our program and have access to these funds. So I do expect that we'll continue to get nice applications from small businesses as well as some of the larger projects that I know are in the pipeline. So thanks for your continued service, and I look forward to seeing you at future meetings when we'll continue to have a lot of activity.
First of all, I don't see anybody from the public, but the last time I said that, got my head handed to me because Sharon had emailed a question. So there's no the finance committee. Well, so we have no public participation. If not, I'll remind everybody that May 9th at 2 o'clock is our next meeting, and I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Do we need to take a roll on that? Okay. We're out of here.